but her spirit lives on.
Friends and family came together to remember Nina Quarterpat, honoring her memory.
The memory of Nina Quarterpat alive.
13-year-old Nina Quarterpat was beaten, sexually assaulted, and then killed. Her murder 5 years ago this month shocked people across Canada.
The ride to the medical examiner's office to identify Nina, I was by myself with 2 police officers. I didn't know I had to get support, so I was at a loss on what to do. Nobody to say what steps I should take, and that was the longest ride I've ever took.
Nina was a young woman who wanted to be a model, who had dreams, and who was a kind and happy child. She was growing up, and we all know that teenagers go through rough times when they're growing up. So why wasn't there compassion extended to Pecha for trying to raise her children?
I was left in the dark. I had to stumble and fall, pull myself up again, till I hit the next obstacle, and the next obstacle sometimes was child welfare. They wanted to take my kids away. They wanted me to sign a blank piece of paper, and then they'd fill in the details later, and I said no.
The concern I had was that it seemed that the media had papers to sell. It had papers to sell, so what it did was exploit this horrific incident to the point where they were only interested in the sensationalism of the case. To me, they did not show any sign of compassion whatsoever. In fact, I believe that the media, when they looked at the case, here was an innocent girl. She was 13 years old. She wasn't a prostitute. She hadn't done anything wrong. She was the chosen one, as they described it. She was the chosen one to be murdered. And what they did was then, when they couldn't, without disgrace, go after Nina, they went after her mother.
With I hate myself, it sounds like I'm saying I hate myself instead of the accused saying it, because you don't look at the fine print underneath. So they put that out there just to have the readers focus on I hate myself, and then you see a picture of me.
They vilified the mother, where they couldn't use Nina as to blame for her own death, because I believe that still exists, that the public and the media blame our women for their own death.
instead of us feeling we have to defend ourselves all the time. You know, right from why did you let her go, accusing us of being drug addicts, alcoholics, abusive parents. We should, like everybody should be treated as respect as we all want it to be treated, and then get to the bottom of it, because the truth comes out either way. Just the way they wrote about me, like they actually knew who I was like, and I never even met this person. Said that because I was reported to child welfare quite a bit, I've been a bad mother, says he, and I'm calling it how I see it. Well, she didn't see anything. She just read the article, so how could she judge me? So she's going by her own perception, even though she writes for the newspaper. She's got on her own perception on what I was like, on what the media wrote. It's just unfair what's happening to the Aboriginal community and us being judged more than the non-Aboriginal people. And they don't have to fight as hard to get justice as we do.
Cases that we deal with in regard to the prejudice that already exists and is manifest in the stories, the way they're written, the way they're published, the headlines that are put in the paper that can be misleading, as the one that is identified, "I hate myself" headline in the newspaper, convinced an already prejudiced public and an already prejudiced newspaper that this was the way to go. We monitor and we advocate. And what we see is examples of investigations that are not done adequately, as they were not done in the Helen Betty Osborne case, as in the cut arm case. And I can see where in lots of, maybe 99% of the cases, this is the way we do things. So we don't need to change, it's you people that need to change. And that whole attitude permeates our entire society.